evening, folks. This is Brandon Morningstar with Bending Reality Magazine. Tonight I'm getting to talk to a couple members of the band Xpansion Theory. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves.
And this is Tracy Stinsman, and I'm the rhythm guitar player.
Okay. Whomever would like to answer the question of the origin of the band's name, how it came about.
Tracy, that's all you.
Okay, well, when we first were going bouncing ideas off of each other, myself and Mick one day were just coming up with like one name word, and then he threw out expansion, and then I wrote back expansion theory, and then we started discussing the concept of expansion theory and the Big Bang and the expansion of the universe, and then trying to throw that concept into our songwriting to where we're always expanding and always reaching different limits, and also like here we are, be different and be unique. That's pretty much how it came across. We dropped the E obviously because it looked better with an X.
Can't argue that. How about some of your individual influences musically? And they don't have to be just strictly rock. If there's somebody in the non-rock or metal genre that inspires you, feel free to talk about it.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things is that each member of the band, I think, has their own different sources that they draw influence from. Me personally, my biggest one is like that. When I go on stage, they're trying to be like that as much as I can. I'm sure I get more versions. Another big one for me is Peter Gabriel. Obviously, some bands like System of a Down, another big one. Tool, another big one for us. I'm always kind of like where we're molding our sound around, the Deftones, things like that. But then each of us have our own little package of inspiration we draw from too.
Exactly. Yeah, I like all those bands too. System of a Down, obviously. Pink Floyd. I grew up with Pink Floyd and The Who and bands like that, and always aspired to that kind of guitar playing as far as the kind of chill. And then as I got older and got into metal, I got Slayer, Priest, then System of a Down came along, and that's like, wow. So yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm all over the map.
Aren't we all with certain musical influences?
Exactly.
As long as there's no Bieber fever.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Mick and people talk about hair metal a lot, so.
Well, there's Katy Perry's all right. I was just going to say, as long as there's no Justin Bieber fever, going to hit the phone waves or something like that.
I think you're safe there. I think you're pretty safe there.
Whereabouts in Arizona you guys would you call home, so to speak, for the band?
Wow. It used to be Joe's Grotto. We used to play there quite a bit. It was a nice home base for us. But we took a hiatus to find a new drummer, when we got Jon. Prior to that, we were, Joe's Grotto. That's my favorite place. Even though we're not playing there right now, I definitely want to get back in there. But we've been playing.
That's a really good show there, Joe's Grotto. I agree with that.
Yeah, they have a great sound, great day, great atmosphere.
Okay. They're a venue in the world that you think to yourselves, that would be so awesome or so badass to play at. Where would it be?
Go on, Tracy.
I'm thinking it would have to be a festival somewhere in Europe, one of the download festivals or something. That would be totally badass for sure.
Howard Central Ballroom in Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up in Pittsburgh and got a lot of great bands. Well, I wouldn't say that. Got a lot of bands like all over find their way to Pittsburgh. Mostly because, Pittsburgh Ballroom plays, you're not going to draw a big crowd there. So a lot of the bands I would want to be, I would have gone about Cleveland, and I saw a ton of bands all over there. And, I saw AFI there. I saw Dragon Force there, the first time they ever played in America. That was probably two good things about the show I've ever been at, which you wouldn't expect at a Dragon Force show. I saw Children's Xpansion there. So just so many cool bands played this. It's not a huge place, but you can pack, about 1,500, 2,000 people in there. It's hot, sweaty, it's dirty, and it's grimy, and it's everything I love about coming to life.
My next question is, if there was one musician that you could sit down and pick their brain for about a day to get into their head because you think they're really just cool, or maybe they're one that specifically, since you mentioned your influences, if there's one musician that you could both sit down and just pick their brain for a day, who would it be?
Not sound like a broken record, but I'm just like that. Where you stretch yourself out across so many different types of music and sound, and he almost redefines exactly what music is. Because some of his stuff is literally good voices happening, but then he'll have like all these classical things he draws inspiration from in their monochrone, things like that. I would just want to find more about what drove him to become that musician.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to say David Gilmour for sure. I would love to sit down and talk to him about tone and effect. I think that would be the coolest thing.
Okay. For fans of expansion theory, such as myself and many, many others, the new stuff that is in the works as opposed to the older stuff, what's different between the new stuff and the old?
I would say, sorry, go ahead, David.
Major thing is I think we're looking for a more chaotic and heavier sound. The most recent song that we wrote that we started to play live, called Illusion, I think you'll be able to hear the difference in it, everything that's on our first album. It starts off, I play it, and then it blows the world beat. So we're trying to stretch ourselves as far as musician goes and taking on bigger challenges, trying to apply things that are a little bit harder, take more time work, take more time practice to get tight. And hopefully that comes out as something that's a little bit different,
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely got a heavier edge too. Definitely more of a heavier edge.
Right on. Within the band's rank and file, who the prankster?
Steve. I think Steve. What about you, David? Who do you think?
Steve,
Yeah, he's a goofball. Cool guy. Always goofing around and, making you wonder what he's going to do next. Yeah, I would definitely have to say Steve.
Okay. Along those lines, what kind of prank has he pulled on either of you that made you say, "All right, dude, smack"?
I don't know. He's just a goofball. I guess that's, the only thing I could think of. He's just, I don't know.
He has a bad habit. Give that voice breaking. We just got the cracking. I'm breathing my lungs out. That's why my voice cracking right now. He has a bad habit of whenever I walk away from my microphone, he'll grab it and just start screaming the most nonsense words I can imagine. I'll walk away from the mic and he'll grab it and go, "Everybody likes corn dogs and pickles." Okay.
And Steve is the other guitarist? Is he the drummer, bassist?
He's the bass player. Yeah, he's the bass player.
Okay. You always have to wonder about the bass players because they're usually the quietest ones of the bunch. Okay.
I'm sorry I missed that one.
I said sometimes bass players are quiet, sometimes they're not, and it's the quiet ones that you have to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Sure. No, he's not quiet. That's for sure. I'd say John's the quietest. Mick talks the most.
Okay.
Yeah, I do talk a lot.
She's
Mick's
popular.
a storyteller, though. He'll go on and tell stories.
Sure.
Okay. When you guys aren't I know music is very of a strong passion for all of you because it comes out in your music and it's beautiful music, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
My question is, when you're just wanting to relax and not think about music and just unwind, what are things that you guys like to do or that you just do to chill out?
One thing in common is we're TV show junkies, so during our downtime, even at practice or even outside of practice, her and I would just kind of go off and we'll just talk about every TV show that is on right now. Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Blacklist, I don't know. What else we got going on right now, Tracy?
Geez, we just finished up Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yeah. So that's Tracy and I. These people talk about video games a lot too. Dick is an artist. He's a visual artist. He makes paintings. And John goes to school right now. The first one.
Okay.
All the best.
That's all of us.
Okay, here's a good one. This is for both of you to answer individually. What one artist or song would shock your most hardcore fan, knowing that you listen to it in your MP3 player when you're just jamming?
Oh wow, that would shock somebody.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what would shock someone. People that know me would know nothing's really shocking, but oh boy, I don't know. Maybe like Gordon Lightfoot. Great stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I would say stuff like that 70s singer-songwriters.
I've got a whole bunch.
That would be shocking, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually a really big fan of modern female pop singers.
Okay.
My favorite is Lana Del Rey. I've got every Lana Del Rey album. I know every word to every song. It's bad. It's real bad.
But
how about you? Yours,
who would shock people that I listen to? Believe it or not, it would be Enya.
Okay, right on.
Enya would be mine only because it's just so dramatically different than what I jam with on a daily basis and what I listen to on a daily basis. Her and Melissa Etheridge.
Okay. It took
So,
me a while to get used to female singers. I started getting into female singers when Kate Bush started in the 80s. But
hmm
prior to that, it was like, but I didn't get into her until later, different female singers. I've kind of strayed away because I've always liked that harder voice. And
hmm
nowadays, female singers are getting better at it. But in the past, it was hard to get heavy voice.
well, and speaking of female singers, I have to ask you, and this one's just for you, Tracy.
Okay.
In the female vocalist metal scene right now, there's a lot of bands with females that are singing nowadays. Who are some of your favorites?
Gee, some of the newer ones. I like the singer for Flyleaf. I thought she was pretty good. I think she's a really good vocalist. That's pretty much it. I don't really listen to a lot of female metal bands. I didn't really follow the names of the bands anymore. As far as I'm more into the old school.
hmm
So as far as female now, I would say the singer for Flyleaf. I think she's got a great voice. Evanescence is, yeah, I know her name. I can't think of it.
I can't remember her name, but the singer for the Hackett, that's an amazing voice.
Right on.
My next question is of the stuff that's coming out in the genre in the genre we all love musically. What album or artist are you looking forward to that's coming out within the next 3 months musically that's gonna
Oh,
really
let's see.
wow you?
Gosh, I don't know what's coming out in the next 3 months, but right now the thing I get most excited about is Great Matter. Anything that they're putting out right now, I'm right on top of. They have got a real innovative sound for metal. I don't know if I place it to anything else. A little bit of fast metal, a little bit of grindcore, a little bit of something like Gojira in there. So yeah, anytime Rick Saturday is dropping an album, I'm on top.
What about you, Tracy?
Well, I'm not really anticipating anything right now, except for the new Tool album, but we'll be waiting for that forever. I don't think it'll be out in 3 months. I know that I've been wanting to get the new Death Angel that just came out, but I don't know as far as anything that I'm anticipating right now. Nothing that I could think of.
Okay. I know I asked it sort of earlier, but I'm gonna ask it a different question now. What can expansion theory fans expect from the new stuff? Like, is it? I know you said it's a little harder and stuff like that. I'm just wondering, and the readers will probably want to know, and your fans will want to know, what's the biggest difference between the old and the new stuff, or the stuff that you guys
I
are.
would say, yeah. A lot of our first album was actually written before I had joined the band. I think there's only 1 or 2 songs on there that were written after I had joined. Now, the lyrics and the vocals was obviously things that I had written, but musically, they pretty much had most of the songs ready to go whenever they brought me on as a singer. So from this point out, as we start writing for our new album, I'm going to be involved from the get-go. So I'm going to be able to have, I hope, within my own unique input. That remains to be seen. I'll do the best I can. But, I've got my own influences. I've got my own things that drive me. And I've got my own ear that might be a little bit different from the way the folks written more. So that may come through a little bit more as we move forward. Like I said, I really want, all of us are really driven to push ourselves to become better musicians and to challenge ourselves to do different things.
Okay. If you guys could put together if you guys could put together like a couple bands that you'd love to tour with, whether they be somebody local or a big player in the scene, who would those bands be?
So as far as like going on tour, you said, not just
Ye-
playing locally, right?
Playing locally or going on tour, either or.
Well, we've been fortunate already to play with some like really cool bands like Sanctuary and Sepultura and different bands like that as far as national acts. And those are always fun shows and fun people to just play with. As far as local goes, we really enjoy playing with like-minded bands like Absolute Threshold's a band that's really similar to us. Starin' Black's another band that's similar to us. And then there's some heavier bands that were a lot of fun to play with. Is Dead Swarm. I don't know. Can you think of any, David? Any others?
Sons of Providence.
Oh yes, Sons of Providence. Great band. Very eclectic.
Yeah, I love playing Sons of Providence. And they're not, they're not very similar to our style, but I also kind of like that fact that they're different, but they're really cool guys.
Yeah, but they're not too different to when we play with them is because they're kind of also in their own little genre, so they're pretty eclectic also. So it's a good fit for sure. They would be cool to go on tour with for sure.
What was
What's that, David?
And the dude's got a stand-up bass.
Yeah, that's really cool.
What's cooler than that? Nothing.
Right. And he's got a really kick-ass personality too.
Okay, I was gonna just ask, since you mentioned Sepultura, what was it like playing with the Cavalera brothers?
Actually, it was the new Sepultura.
Okay.
That wasn't the whole. Yeah, it's the new Sepultura. Yeah, that was a great night for sure. It's kind of hard to explain because it's just like kind of overwhelming playing with legends for sure.
Did you feel sort of starstruck when you played with them at that point?
Not really starstruck because they weren't even there when we were playing. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so by the time they went on, we had already been done. They did like the local show in the early evening, and then the headliners in the evening. So, but yeah, I was just excited to be able to share the stage and to be able to watch their set. It's a lot of power.
Right. So it captivated you pretty well, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a great, solid band.
Okay. Approximately when can the fans of Xpansion Theory get ready to be prepared for the new stuff to be fully released?
Well, we just released the first album a couple months ago. That was an exercise in endurance because that took us about a solid 2 years to finish up. So right now, we're in the process of obviously trying to get out there and play the new album, trying to get it into people's hands. We actually just started shooting a music video to coincide with our album.
Okay.
And so the writing process for new material is really, really premature. We're just in the beginning stages. We've got one new song that we're starting to play live now. More will follow, of course, but it's still very early. So I wouldn't expect a new album for another year or so.
Okay.
That first album is out there, so it's pretty fresh.
All right. If there's a song that would make people think, that's different, like, say, a cover, is there one song that your fans would be like, wow, that's pretty cool? Like they're making it their own, like a song that's one of your favorite. If I know you guys don't do a lot of covers, but if there's one song that you would cover and it would make people think that's awesome, what song would that be?
I've got mine.
Yeah, I suggested recently that we try to do Red Rain by Peter Gabriel. I thought that would be really, really out there for what we're normally doing.
Absolutely, I'm into it.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool song. What would yours be, David?
I've been trying to get these guys to do a heavy metal version of Skyscraper by Demi Lovato. No one besides me is going for it, though.
Hey, Demi Lovato, she's good. That would definitely.
I'm telling you.
That girl's got pipes. So here, I'll share something with you guys, and this, you could truly appreciate it being indie musicians yourself. There's a local band here that I've been following since they've been together, and they've been together a long time. Their name is Adrian Blitzer. Okay, they've done a lot of stuff over the years when it comes to covers that they've made their own and really impressed people with. But in the last 2 years or so, they've been covering Milkshake by Keyless. I was like, whoa, because it's just so funny how they're a jam band. They're very tight. They're very good. But just hearing that take on that, like the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my god! And I even said to their singer Andy after the show, I was like, whoa, what was that? He said, you like? I was like, I'm shocked here, dude. My jaw's still on the floor.
That's funny.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a great night.